Hey everyone, this is Todd Latore from Queensryche, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold.
Automatic defense procedures initiated.
What we've got here is
maximum voltage, maximum power, maximum carnage. This is Maximum Threshold. Call the show at
440-709-4977.
Maximum Threshold. And here's your hosts, Dom.
He's unstable, or possibly worse. He's actually quite smart. He just makes errors of judgment along the way.
Maximum
Missed the live show? Go to StitcherRadio.com and search Maximum Threshold and listen in today. That's Maximum Threshold and Stitcher Radio, a match made in heaven.
You want to follow Maximum Threshold Radio, you can do so. You can find us at MaximumThreshold.net, Facebook, Facebook.com/Maximum Threshold Radio, Twitter at Max Threshold. You can also get us on YouTube at YouTube.com/Maximum Threshold. Pretty damn simple, huh? Check us out. Follow us. Be part of us.
Have a smartphone, iPod, iPad, or even Roku? Grab the app, tune in, and search Maximum Threshold and hear the show live directly from your device.
Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
Yeah, what's going on, baby? What's shaking? Oh, Quincy Jones, man, he made some cuts back in the day. It's a badass song, man. So how many, seriously, when Sanford and Son came out, how many people do you think you were conceived during that song? I bet a lot of you mothers out there have. I'll bet it. I'd bet the farm on that one. Yep, I know I was. Oh, wait, that didn't come out in the 60s. It had to be something stupid then. Partridge Family, no, they came out in the 70s. My favorite, Martian. Oh my God. Damn. I didn't turn out as a nerd. I wish I was. Oh, whatever. Hey, welcome to tuning. Thanks for tuning in this week's edition of the Maximum Threshold Radio Show, coming at you live tonight. We're over here in Jersey at Bergen Pack, just outside the doors where Queensryche just finished playing not too long ago. And it had like a little family reunion over there. So I want to thank everybody who tuned. Thanks for everybody who was there at the Queensryche show. We had good 80% of Maximum Threshold gang was there. And we scored a little interview with the opening band Killcode. And we'll play that here in a couple minutes. So I'm going to do that in just a minute or so. I start off the show, man, playing some Reich, and I'm just doing my thing here. I got a pounding ass headache, so I'm trying to work through it. So we may have an interview with this band a little later, another band later, live calling in maybe about an hour and a half. So I was gonna jump in here and just start get right into the interviews and stuff. I'm not really feeling it today. I mean, I'm still in the show and all that, but I'm just got this damn headache, man. I can't beat it today. When ibuprofen 800s, plural, isn't kicking its ass. Something's up. So I don't know, man. Maybe in the way I slept. Who knows, man? The night in jail just doesn't cut it. Those benches suck. Man, I'm in Jersey too, so I think those two together. Okay, let's see. So we're going to have the band Malice going to be calling in about 10 o'clock. We're going to have the bassist Rayman James calling in 10 o'clock. So they're, I had them confused with another Malice band. This, I guess, the band that is actually owns the rights to the name of the band, Malice. And they're out of St. Paul, Minnesota. I guess they're like a Manowar. So I asked them, I said, they wear loincloths and all. Okay, well, let me get in this interview. I got this interview right here that Beeve snagged for us. Interview with Killcode. I got other interviews. Let me do this. I got this other interview. I didn't play it with Nita Strauss. I've been wanting to play this for a while, and I just forgot all about it. Let me knock out this Nita Strauss, then we're going to come back with Killcode, and we'll see where we're at after that. So here you go, man. This here is Nita Strauss. I like how I just threw him on the back burner for this. Be back after this. You know why? Because she's prettier than him. This is Dominic at Maximum Threshold Radio, and I have before me
Nita Strauss.
How the hell are you?
I'm doing good. A little damp, but good.
I've been talking to you for years trying to get an interview with you, and it just never worked out.
Here I am.
Thank God.
Kismet.
So what brings you here to Rock on the Range?
America.
That's right.
I'm here to do the national anthem. I'm very, very, very happy to be asked. Monster Energy is an amazing company. Really thankful to be a part of the Monster Energy family. And we ended the Alice Cooper tour here a couple days ago, and they said, do you want to stay on a few days and do the national anthem for the Salute the Troops weekend? I said, absolutely. You can't stop me from doing that.
How long did it take you to learn the song?
I've done it before. I used to do it at the LA Kiss football games. So I just had to refresh it. Not long.
How was it doing those LA shows?
The LA Kiss games? It was really fun. I'm a huge NFL fan. I'm a huge sports fan in general, but especially football. Football's my sport. So
nice.
Getting to do, the arena football's not really NFL, but it was close enough for me.
People, they still throw the balls around and tear each other up. Scores may be like 100 to 190.
It's pretty crazy how much they score in arena football. And I was kind of being a football snob. I was like, that's not a real field goal. But it was cool.
Yeah. It was cool. So are you doing your own thing right now, or?
I have my own band. Yeah, it's called We Start Wars. Really, really, really excited to do the first show with them May 25th at the Whiskey, and it's the band I've always wanted to be in. It's a really great, powerful, all-female band. Fantastic drummer, another great guitar player, Berkeley keyboard player, super, super powerhouse vocalist. The whole band is really strong. So.
Nice. I gotta get a hold of some of that music when you get it.
Say again?
I gotta get a hold of some of that music.
Oh, it's on iTunes.
Oh, is it?
Spotify,
Okay.
Amazon. Yeah, just look for We Start Wars. The first single is out. It's called The Animal Inside, and I'm very, very excited about it. Thank you.
And like I said, I'll always do whatever I can do to help you promote it.
Say again?
I'll do whatever I can do to help promote it.
Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that.
So going back now, what you're doing now, your Maiden thing, what does the other people in the band think about your career that you've been taking off?
The other members of the Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
We're all such good friends. We really are. We're all, touring with the Iron Maidens is like being in a slumber party with your best friends all the time. So it's really cool. They've all been really, really supportive. I go and sit in with them when I can at home, and it's been really great.
Did you ever get okay, when your solo thing takes off, and you leave Alice, can we take your place?
No, never.
No?
No,
not even joking?
No, and we're not like that. No, we're such good friends.
Out of fun.
Nothing like that.
Nice.
Not even close. Yeah, Courtney and I have been, we lived together for a long time. We were always the best of friends. She's putting out her solo stuff now as well, and I've heard some clips of it. It's fantastic. So.
Did she ask you to do any appearances on it?
She hasn't. No, she hasn't. I'll probably have her play on mine.
Cool.
Yeah.
How's your kettle corn?
It's pretty good. I'm still pretty hungry. So.
You like Girl Scout cookies?
Love Girl Scout. Don't tell me you have some Girl Scout cookies back there.
I have some trefoils.
They're not them Mints, but I'll take it.
I know. Those are all the ones I had left. My daughter's in Girl Scouts, so those are all I have left. We sold over 100 boxes of them.
You should sell them here.
That's all I have right there. You're the first person that actually said they wanted some.
Oh, yeah, no. That's how hungry I am. I'll eat a trefoil.
That's what they are. So, what do you think is the key ingredient in Girl Scout cookies to make people love it? Do you think they actually put crack in them?
You know, I think, well, I'll tell you what my key ingredient for a good Girl Scout cookie, like the perfect bite, you got to put it in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
The Samoans, you got to put them.
Yeah, it's Samoas. I mean, Thin Mints are my cookie. I'm a Thin
They're like a peppermint.
I'm a Thin Mint, like, purist. I love a nice, cold Thin Mint out of the freezer on a summer day. It's a perfect bite.
You got to try these with peanut butter. You put some chocolate on it.
Oh, my God.
You can take these and you can dip them in chocolate.
That sounds amazing. See, I already told you I was hungry. Now I'm more hungry.
That's why I brought them, because I was hungry too.
Yep. Well, thank you. I will try that.
Well, I'll have these for probably the rest of the day, so if you want some more, you come back and take some more.
I might. Thank you.
So how can people get a hold of your music?
If you just search We Start Wars on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, the first single, The Animal Inside, is up there. If you search my name, Nita Strauss, my debut solo song up there, Pandemonium, is also there. So,
you know, one of the things I like going on your Instagram and seeing pictures with your mother. You guys look wonderful together.
My mom's my best friend. My mom, my little sister, and my dad and I, we're all so close.
You guys look so happy.
Lucky. Yeah.
You look like you had a good childhood.
I did. I really, really did. Very, very lucky to have two parents that support my music career and were really behind me.
You make her look young, too, when you're with her.
Oh, my mom looks like my sister. I mean, like, you know, my little sister, my mom, and I all look like we could be siblings. So we feel, I mean, it's good genetics. What can I say? If I grow up to look like my mom, I would be so happy.
You will.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can you do us a quick favor?
Absolutely.
Can you do a promo ID for a radio show?
Yeah. Tell me what to say.
Your name, whatever band you want to be affiliated with.
Okay.
You're listening to Maximum Threshold, and throw some crazy out at the end of it, and don't put no thought into it.
Hi, this is Nita Strauss from the Alice Cooper Band, and We Start Wars, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold Radio. Shred on.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm not that crazy.
Oh, that was good.
there you go, man. That was We Start Wars, and of course, right before that was my little interview I did with Nita Strauss just not too long ago. So I had to bring that out and play that for you guys. And that was the first time I got to hear her band, too. I mean, I had the music and stuff, just I haven't had a chance to plug it in, so now we get time to pimp it out. Get to pimp out Nita's stuff. Yeah. Cool chick, man. Really cool lady. She's on the road again, I guess, with the Alice Cooper band. They're hitting your town. So she definitely is a sight to see, especially if you're a guitarist, man. Yes, the Killcode interview is up next. So I'm going to take a break here. Then we're going to come right back and we're going to jump right into this Killcode interview. And I'm still working on trying to download this music from the band Malice. That'll be on here in a little bit. In like an hour and 20 minutes or something. So, okay, let me play something here. This here goes out to Curtis. Yeah, out in his little truckie, riding across town, across country, I should say.
Savage animal!
Here you go, this goes out to him. By request. And we are back. We're ready to roll. Right into this next interview here with Killcode. This is, he changed his name up. Oh, Beavis wants to be called Dave, so he's going to be called Dave in this interview. Okay, here we go. Be back after this. This is like 15 minutes. So, do what you got to do. Check it out, man. It's a pretty cool interview. I just listened to it a few minutes ago. Pretty cool. So here you go, man. These are the guys out of New York. This is Killcode and your own Beav here on Maximum Threshold Radio. This recorded just a couple days ago over here at Bergen Pack. Yeah, with Queensryche.
Okay, this is Dave with Maximum Threshold Radio. We're hanging out with Tom and DC from Killcode. How are you guys today?
Fantastic.
All right, we're
Eric
Eric's here. Oh, he's waving us off. That too. All right, so we're actually at Bergen Pack. Killcode is opening up for Queensryche today, and I just wanted to ask you guys. I saw the Kicking and Screaming video. How was that put together, and who directed it?
Kicking and Screaming was directed by David Swijeski and produced by Marianne Briss. We produced it. They have been behind all our music videos as far as Killcode since the beginning. They did Still Here, The Wrong Side, Breaking Away, another song of ours, and then the latest one, Kicking and Screaming. The way it came together was we had just came off our first big tour, world tour, that we hit Mexico, France, Germany, a couple other spots, and we documented it ourselves on our own camcorders. Did a lot of footage. We also had footage from the festivals, and we kind of wanted to make it kind of like the ode to the tour. You know, like what show people what we've been up to, and then we mixed that with some studio production that David brought in, and it pretty much just documents what we've been doing. What we did in 2016.
Oh, okay, so it's just like a retrospective of last year's events and such. Right. So you guys have any other shows coming up other than this one? What have you been doing?
We've been on the road. We've been traveling much, continuously since then. We just got back from 2 dates in Germany. That we did. We're doing the show tonight. Next week we hit the UK, and then we hit Switzerland. Come back for a few East Coast dates with D. Snyder that we're doing.
Oh, D, nice.
Yeah,
so yeah,
thing.
Twisted is over, right?
Yeah. I mean, for now, that's what they say. It ain't over till it's over. We'll see.
Right, exactly. So you have any new material you've been writing?
Yeah, we talked a little bit at the bar about this, but we're hoping to finally fully drop our current album. The Answer by the new year, but in the meantime, we're already working on the new record.
Wrote a new one today?
Yeah, wrote a new song today.
Oh, okay.
This band's always writing. Always writing, it's like the biggest thing against ourselves is that we don't have time to sit and just actually finish the stuff because of all the dates that we have and all the touring that we're doing.
Right.
But we're writing, like, every time we rehearse, we're writing.
Right.
Something new comes up.
I mean, we're blessed with the problem that sometimes we can't figure out what songs to play and which ones will work because, like DC mentioned, we're always writing. Like Eric just said, Eric just wrote a song on the way up here.
So when you were writing and driving at the same time, did you get away with it, or you didn't get a ticket? Right?
That's funny. I used to.
I used to call my friends at 3 in the morning for real and say, don't answer your phone, I'm going to call you right back. And I would leave a voice message with the song idea.
Right.
But now our phones, the technology's changed, so we have like the notes or whatever, the little recorders on the phone, so I'll just sing into that.
So why do you still call me at 3 in the morning?
Do you drunk dial, Eric?
Yes.
So,
technology.
So we find out Eric drunk dials while writing and driving.
Quite often.
So that's cool. Awesome. So who's your management and what label are you on?
We right before we went on the tour I mentioned, we hooked up with Collier Entertainment, Danny Stanton, who also did a lot of things, was behind a lot of the Twisted Sister moves and a bunch of other great bands. And it was busting, It was another one of those moves that, sometimes in this business you can be great, you can be doing everything that you can to make it happen, but it takes meeting that one person or those people who just take it to the next level, and he's been a big part of that. And so far, so great. Yeah.
Excellent. So we have a question actually that came to the chat room. This is from Hellion in the chat room. He asked, do you wear housecore man-o-wear loincloths on stage?
How do I feel
What's the
about
question?
that?
Do you wear Housecore Records man-o-wear loincloths on stage?
No, we don't. I mean, I will say DC is the most
But
stylish.
there's always a first. Tonight could be the night.
Right.
We wouldn't be opposed as long as it's not too cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then, we have to make sure he's always in top 4.
I saw a fruit basket back there.
Ask him if he'd like us to.
Would you like it?
Well, I don't know.
But the voice you're hearing back, that's Rob Noxious on drums.
Oh, okay. We have the drummer. Hey, what's up, Rob? So if I see a Housecore Records,
if anybody's gonna be wearing it, it'll be DC.
Yeah,
I think it would probably be Chaz.
That's off stage.
I'll bet you 2 to 1 it'll be on your merch fucking list next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holy shit.
Hold on, I gotta go.
So I don't know. I was reading that To Die For was featured on the Howard Stern show. How did that come about?
That was one of those random things. We actually got a phone call. Being from New York, big Howard Stern fans, and some of our fans are huge fans as well. And just got a phone call, dude, your fucking song is like in loop in the intro.
So that's the thing, is that the song is called 6 a.m.
Again,
and that was the time that his show started.
And it's basically just the looping of the intro right into it, and that's how we found out. It's just a matter of using it. And then our manager called them and verified it.
Oh, that's cool. Would you bang Robin Quivers like Jim Florentine did?
I personally wouldn't, but that's because I have somebody in my life. But if I was free, I'd probably.
I'd do a big hand.
Oh, you would? All right, that's good.
There's plenty of guys in this band that would. Let's leave it at that.
Did you write the song 6 a.m. because you were up from 3 a.m.?
No, actually, it did start out that way. The song came about early on, like I think maybe the first month the band got together, and I was sitting at the bar with Chaz and Eric. And
we finished it in the car though at like 6 a.m.
And I had fucking slamming hangover, and I was just like, dude, we got a fucking show tonight to 6 a.m. again. And Chad said, what did you say? I was at 6 a.m. again. He's like, that's the song. That's how it happened. So there is some truth to it, what you just said.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Did you guys used to hang out at Lemoore back in the day?
No, actually DC did.
Yeah.
Quite a bit,
Right. Okay. What good shows did you see back in the day? But just to,
Man,
maybe figure out your influences and all that.
I mean, Nuclear Assault, I saw there a few times. I love those. Biohazard was like the house band there practically.
Right.
Negative.
Right.
I actually saw
Typo,
Queensryche at Lemoore's.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was a good one. I was in 85.
Pantera, Devil Driver.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it was that era. It's like I was there every weekend just about.
White Zombie.
It's great.
But did your car ever get stolen or get set on fire when you were
because I
there?
used to take the train.
Oh.
The locals.
Yeah.
Locals.
Yeah. We used to take the train while listening.
And steal a car to get back.
No. While listening to Biohazard when you're across the tracks.
Yes.
Listening to that song.
I was there one night when Pete Steele lost his Monte Carlo, his primer black and lime green Monte Carlo. We just forgot where he put it, so it took a couple days. He got it back.
Oh wow, that's great. That's great. So, where can we find everything like Killcode on the web?
Well, again, like we were talking about earlier at the bar, the new record is available pretty much exclusively only at shows and to festivals. And there's a couple singles on iTunes that you can get, and there's even one for free you can download. Our Slave. Our past releases, though, you can pick up through our web store, through Killcode.net. If you go to Killcode.net, it'll link you to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, to our store, Big Cartel,
Yeah. You actually can get the new record through
yeah,
our site.
You can get the new record on the site.
It's actually that either at a show or on our website.
Okay.
Killcode.net.
So you're not selling records on a blanket on 14th Street then?
No, it depends if we're playing. If we're playing, if you know.
You got a fucking blanket?
Awesome. Again, we're talking to Tom, DC, and Eric from Killcode. Sorry, I didn't have your name written down, so I'm shot.
It's one of our songs, too, Shot.
Oh, okay.
Someone said to say hello to Beavis. I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's me. All right. Yeah, that's me. Awesome. Hello. La la la. That's cool. So tonight, how long is your set, and what are you going to be playing tonight?
It's probably going to be a shorter set because, which we weren't aware of. I guess this club closes have to be done in out by 11, so it'll probably be about 30 to 35 minutes set. But we'll pack it in there with the stuff that people want.
It's sold out.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So, are you playing stuff off of this album currently?
Yes,
or are you mixed up?
If I remember correctly, we have a little bit of something from everyone. We'll have 3 songs at least from the new record. We'll have our staples. We have our staples that from the very first record, very first EP rather, 6 a.m. again, stuff like that. But we'll leave that up for us to surprise, so you can write about it afterwards.
Okay, excellent. So, how'd you guys all get together? I know you guys are from different parts of the city.
Yeah, we got together. I was on a label briefly with Chaz and another band. For whatever reason, didn't work out. We decided to not necessarily start another band, but just write some songs, see what came about. Ended up having something that I thought was worth maybe starting a band. Chaz and Eric were very good friends from the scene. Brought Eric on board. We started auditioning drummers. Robbie was pretty much about to move from California.
56 drummers we tried out all over the world.
56 drummers, wow. That's
got
amazing.
Robbie. As soon as he walked in, we knew that was it. We were with another guitar player for a year or two prior to DC. Pat Harrington, who's a great guy, great guitar player. He moved on for whatever reason. DC was a close friend of the band's, and in the band Pansy, who we were fans of, still is, and his timing was right. We asked DC, he came aboard, and since then, the last 2.5 to 3 years, as this unit, we've been kicking ass and taking names.
So since 2014.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
2009
we started, but
2014.
I mean, no offense to the prior incarnations of the band, and I think prior to DC, we were trying to find ourselves, find our sound, whatever, just what Killcode was, and I think I look at the band starting full force as far as hitting our stride about when DC came aboard. Now we're ready to get rid of it.
Very nice of you to say. They never say that outside of interview.
She was like the cinnamon on the cappuccino.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll just clip that part on. You can just loop it. You can have it as your ringtone. It's your ringtone.
Yeah. I like that. That's fun.
So what kind of gear were you rolling with there, DC? Guitar?
I play pretty much exclusively Marshall amplification and Gibson and D'Angelico guitars.
Right, what kind of strings are you using?
I use Ernie Balls. We actually, the whole band is endorsed by Ernie Ball. But that's what I used before.
What other endorsements?
Also, I was about to say that the folks at D'Angelico have been very, very kind to us. Gave my boy some nice axes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
great guitars.
Great guitars and great people. And there's a bunch of things, as we mentioned, we're talking about. Everybody keeps on saying, we were at the bar earlier, and this is the second interview. That we're working on some nice stuff coming up as far as endorsements and stuff like that.
Oh, that's great.
Also, Gensler amplification for bass, Gensler.
Okay, cool, Gensler.
Yeah, he just got picked up by them, right? He's playing that tonight. Yep. Right?
Oh, so this is your first time using a Gensler gear?
Used it Saturday with Bret Michaels.
Bret Michaels. How was the show with Bret?
Sold out. It was out of control. It was a different crowd for us, but it was a great crowd. We're one thing I've learned, especially playing all these festivals around the world, is that bands tend to be like, oh, we only can play this kind of band, we only can play this kind of music. And if you go overseas in the festivals, you got Sepultura, then you have Europe, then you have Twisted Sister, then you have us, then you have Queensryche or Alter Bridge. And all different forms of rock and metal.
Pepper.
But Salt and Pepper, if you're around. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm getting to is that, Bret Michaels, off the top of my head, I was like, okay, well, that's different, but it actually was amazing.
Then Europe will come on, and then DC has to do arpeggios.
With the loincloth.
We played with the loincloth. We played with Europe over in Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona.
In Europe.
In Europe.
Look at that.
And they're still huge over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we are in Switzerland.
That show was awesome.
Yeah, they're in
because
Switzerland as well.
It's we're from New York. We're New York City based, but some of us live in Westchester. Some of us live in Long Island.
Manhattan.
So we have a really strong following in Long Island. We do really well though. Right. So that show was in Long Island. So it was
and
really
it was kind of a homecoming for us too, because we were the type of band before we were blessed to be able to tour and go across overseas that would play at least once, if not twice a month, every week for years.
Yeah. Tri-state.
The last year or two, going on to now, we don't really get to do that anymore because we're always away. So it was kind of, even though it wasn't our show, it kind of felt like our show because it was kind of a homecoming. It was have been seeing us, because the good thing about social media is they can keep in touch and they can see the live feeds, but it's nothing like being there and playing it. So people were excited to see us come.
And Rob Noxious is the unofficial guy
in Long Island.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you are. You have no little thing going on over there, bro.
All right. The king of the North Shore.
In fact, that is where I come from. But maybe I know too many people.
He's like that Tyrion master.
Tone it down a little bit.
All right, excellent. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here with Killcode, and I just want to ask you guys, maybe you can do a promo ID, just say your name, what band you're with, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold, but say something crazy at the end.
Sure, no problem.
So you ready? Go ahead.
Okay. This is Tom, DC, Rob Noxious, and Eric Bonesmith. Let's do it again.
All right, that's good. Go ahead.
This is Tom, DC, Eric Bonesmith, and Rob Noxious. We're from the band Killcode. You listen to Maximum Threshold Radio. Spread the fucking code and spread the word.
All right. That's great. All right, thanks guys. Appreciate it.
I saw the promo they did. Enjoy the show.
is Ross the Boss from Death Dealer, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold, the maximum heavy metal radio show on the planet.
This is the Alien, and I'm in a tornado warning, but I'm still listening to Maximum Threshold on the net.
And now for new music sent in for you to check out.
Hey, this is Tommy Victor in good old Cleveland, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold Radio, right here in Titletown. I love this place.
Yeah, there you go. Operation of the Moral Law. That was brand new Prong. It goes out to 55 and Jeff Kiss. Yeah, that's right. It's off the brand new Prong. Hey, thanks for tuning in again this week's edition of the Maximum Threshold Radio Show. We're just fucking rolling through this stuff, aren't we? So we start off the interview with Nita Strauss, guitarist Alice Cooper, and We Start Wars. And then we went into Killcode interview. That old Beef caught up with them. And let's see. I got this interview I want to play with Landfill from Municipal Waste. So I think we're going to jump right into this one and knock this one out too, man. We're just rolling with these interviews. So, hey, I got some cool music that goes on with them afterwards. So these interviews here, they're not real long because it was hot as balls out, and so I just had to get something. So I'm gonna up next here, man. We got this interview with Landfill, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is pretty cool. It's not real long, we kind of go over a little bit of history of the band and the new record, blah blah blah, and this and that, and this and that, and another thing. So we'll be back after this. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, this week. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, man, this is Tyler Main from Rob Zombie's Halloween. I play Michael Myers, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold.
This is Dominic at Maximum Threshold Radio, and I have before me
Landfill from Municipal Waste, Cannabis Corpse, and Iron Reagan.
What the hell is going on, man?
Out here on the Warped Tour, we're about halfway done, and we got another 3 weeks or so to go. So it's a really fun tour, very unique. One of the only tours where you wake up and you don't know what time you're playing that day until about 10 o'clock a.m. The show's over by 9. It's a very different experience than a normal club tour for sure, in every way.
It's got to be different, because I know you guys are so used to, staying up real late and just doing shows like that, and then with the younger generation crowd, how is that?
I'm stoked to get out there in front of people that have never seen us before. The more eyeballs that we get in front of, the better. That's the whole point of being out here. I'm sure that there's been some kids that had never heard of Municipal Waste in their life and just randomly sort of saw us at one of these shows and maybe is now a fan, hopefully. So every time that happens, that's a good thing, and that's the whole reason we're out here,
I understand that, and you're just seeing these other bands that are out there on this tour. I think this is one of the heavier tours I've seen that Warped has put out there, and just seeing the crowds that they're bringing in. And the new generation of people coming here, and in our music that we grew up to has come back, and it's almost full circle. And do you see it like that too, where the kids are starting to get sucked into our generation of the metal and stuff like that?
There's all sorts of different genres being represented here. They got a little bit of everything for everybody, and I guess that's the whole point, and back in the day, the last time I went to Warped Tour was when I was like 16 or 17 years old, and back in those days, the big deal was like, NoFX and Green Day and Pennywise and all those classic era, early 90s pop punk bands and stuff, And so I'm sure it made a lot of changes over the years, but this year, there's old timers like us, and then there's lots of little kids, and I don't know, they got it all across the board. There's hip hop, there's goth, there's thrash, there's metal, there's gent, I think is what they call it.
I heard they actually had this organization or something here called the Catering Crew. Have you heard about them?
No, but I've heard about Sad Boy Crew. I keep seeing these T-shirts everywhere that say Sad Boy Crew on them, and apparently that's like, I don't know, some sort of crew of sad boys out here.
They got over here with the catering. So one of the other guys I talked to earlier said, because there's guys that they want to play a show here, but they have to sell merch and they have to go out and they have to bust their ass, and then they may be able to play a show here. So they're actually paying their way to be on the road.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, just in case one band doesn't show up or something like that. I can see how that works. Have a couple bands like on standby. Seems like a good idea. Great idea. And put them to work while they're doing anything. Yeah.
So overall, being on the Warp thing, how's it been treating you?
Well, I'm having a good time, like I said before, we're just happy to be out here and doing this, and it's always a pleasure to get in front of some fans and play music. We're living the dream.
Doesn't it feel a little weird, though?
How so?
Like being in your bands that you're with, and then playing Warped Tour where it's like a younger generation?
A gig's a gig. I'm happy to get in front of some new faces and try to bridge the gap between our music and maybe a younger generation, but we're not that old. We've been around for yeah, I know time these days seems to go faster and faster, but I think that no matter what, we're going to keep playing shows and try to make it in front of the faces as many people as possible for as long as we can, for the foreseeable future, hopefully.
Nice. So talk about the Municipal Waste and how long the band's been around. For the newer material you have, what's the inspiration behind that? I know it's cliche and stuff like that, but I know that if you're still writing, how is it to stay focused on a certain style of music like that?
Well, our style of music comes naturally to us because we've been playing this style for so long, and there's a sort of sound that we're going for, and we're always striving to be faster and more extreme and more powerful. And every album we make is a learning experience, and we try to apply everything we've learned from the previous record into the new album, and hopefully we improve every album that we make. That's the goal, really. And I think with this new album we put a lot of effort and work into making sure that it sounded nice and energetic, and that the feeling of it was raw and in your face and didn't sound too crisp or clean. It's got to be a little rough around the edges and a little bit gnarly, because that's our whole vibe, So, yeah.
You use the same people that has done your record covers in the past, or they do the same one?
The new album cover was done by Andre Buzikas. He did The Art of Partying. He also did I think he did Art of Partying. I know he's done so much art for my other bands as well. He did a couple Cannabis Corpse album covers. And we've been around Andre for a while, so using him on the new album cover worked out really well. I like how the artwork turned out.
Nice. Let's see here, just a couple more things to let you get going. So how can people get a hold of your music?
Well, there's this thing, it's called the Information Superhighway, and you get on it. And I think most people have access to it on their phones, and you just can Google search Slime and Punishment, and you should find links to these things called websites that you can buy albums off of.
Nice. Can you do us a quick favor?
Yes.
Can you do a promo ID for our radio show?
Okay.
Say your name, the band you're with, whatever band you want to be affiliated with, and say you're listening to Maximum Threshold, and throw something crazy out at the end of it.
Maximum Threshold?
Yeah, and don't put no thought into it.
Okay, hey, this is Landfill from Municipal Waste, Cannabis Corpse, and Iron Reagan, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold. Don't put no thought into it.
Perfect.
We're a crew of friends now. We come to
Yeah. What's going on out there, everybody? Episode 502 or 502 here in the Maximum Threshold Radio Show. Here at the flagship show of the Maximum Threshold Radio Network, MTRN. And I want to thank everybody who's tuning in to this week's edition. And I got another interview here I want to knock out. This is about 18 minutes long, so that'll just take us into it forward. I think that's kind of too close. 10 o'clock. That's half hour. 33, 20, 18, 22, 30. That's cutting too close, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna play some music here for a little bit. Next show. They're not doing a show this next week. Coming up the 26th. It's my birthday, so I'm doing having some birthday party over here at the studio. So it ought to be pretty fun. My 50th. So rocking on out, man. So hey, I got some new Accept I want to play. I haven't had a chance to listen to this one, but I want to play it for you. Hold on, I got to pause the recorder.
I miss you when I talk to him, so it's not just you, Dominic.
Damn, so you had to get the dicks out of his ears too?
Yeah, he's got two of them, I think. One for each ear.
You would know.
Yeah. I put him there.
Does he like you, or do you like him?
I don't know. Not really. We're just killing some time.
I got you. You gotta watch out, man. Whatever he touches, don't touch what he touches.
Don't tell me he's a man whore. I already know that.
You gotta watch. Make sure whenever you're around him, you take extra antibiotics. Tetracycline kills.
That's gonna have a doctor in the family.
That's coming from Dom. The Navy fucking SEAL who went to like every Asian country.
So what, man? Are you jealous?
Hey.
How many kids in foreign countries do you have, Dom?
I don't know. They haven't come back yet. They'd be full grown by now. They'd be well in their 30s. So you figure,
well, you're Navy SEAL. That's cool.
So I was in 80s. I was overseas in 87 and in 89. So 39.
What country?
It was Korea.
Yeah, your kids are about 27 years old.
Yeah, it's too late for them to collect child support.
No, they just want visas to come here.
You probably seen some of them on TV before. They're the ones when they're showing that people are trying to get money for them. And you got flies flying in their eyes and shit. Those are my Amerasian children.
What countries did you visit?
I was in Korea, Japan, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand. I've been to Fiji, the Aleutian Islands. I've been to South Pacific. Yeah, I was going to say I've been all over Australia on both sides. Sydney and Perth, Melbourne, Cairns.
Sydney's supposed to be amazing, right?
What's that?
I can't wait to go to Sydney.
Australia?
Sydney, I heard, is amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Did you get a Blumpkin in Sydney?
No, I didn't. No. Mm-mm.
You should go back.
Oh, I'd love to. I almost stayed down there. I got offered a job when I was down there. But
what radio show?
There was no radio show. This was back in the Navy days.
What were you doing back then?
Well, I was
other than buying monkeys on the street.
I was an engineer. I was a chief engineer.
Engineer? What the fuck was engineering? A meth lab? What are you doing?
No, I was an engineer in engine rooms. I was diesel mechanic. I worked on generators, oil purifiers, air pumps. Anything that moved, I worked on. Main propulsion diesel engines.
Well, here's a real question. What the fuck happened to you, man?
I was just saying, you're on radio? Like, what happened? You didn't pursue engineering?
What's wrong with this job, man? This is pretty cool, isn't it?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But
you got us free tickets. Come on.
It's just like, it's so different from what you were doing.
That's right. It sure is. Gotta think I do
this.
There's
a sister for you, Dom.
Oh.
I don't have a sister.
We have a sister for you.
I'm an only girl.
Does she have Down syndrome or anything like that?
She has a brother for you. She has a brother for you, Dom.
I have a brother.
Oh. Does he have a unibrow?
He's got very groomed brows. He's a little metro.
Now, who isn't? The guy next to you. Look at him.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I thought you were talking about, was him.
What kind of music do you listen to?
My little metrosexual here, huh?
What kind of music do you listen to?
Me?
Yeah.
I listen to everything.
You listen to country
That's
music?
not an answer.
Yeah, I listen to like pop. I listen to like 90s rock, not like heavy metal. David was on the little ape shit on the music here driving.
My name is Beavis, by the way.
Oh, whatever his name is, Beavis. Sorry. He was, so like, just kind of everything, T100, KTU. I don't like rap, but I like a little bit of country.
Hey, Dom, are you a little bit country? Are you a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll, Dom?
I like Irish bands. I like, boy bands. I like it all. I like pop.
Do you like the band Rascal Flatts?
I love them.
Okay,
yeah.
now you look at the lead singer, then look over at Beav. Tell me if they don't look alike.
That's funny. No, Beavis is cuter than the lead singer. I actually just saw Luke Bryan not too long ago in Sam Ha.
Did you?
In concert.
Yeah, I went.
And I'm scheduled. Huh?
I went to school with Luke Bryan.
I did. Yeah, we go back a long way.
That's cool.
We took home ec
He
together.
seems like a nice guy.
He's all right. He was a big show off and stuff. He was adopted, don't you?
Oh no, I don't know anything about him. I went to California end of May, and I just started getting into like country just from driving around in California. So I'm like, just started listening to light, like not grass, country, not that kind of that. More like the pop stuff.
Yeah. What part
like
of
I'm going to see, I'm going to see Script. I just saw One Republic 2 weeks ago. They're like my favorite band.
What part of
Got any tickets?
What part of California?
What happened? Oh, we went to San Francisco. Then I drove down to L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Venice Beach, Malibu. Then I drove to Grand Canyon.
You go to San Diego? That's where Dom's from.
I didn't go to San Diego. I didn't have time.
You ever go to East Street?
Ooh.
What's the Mexican place, Dom?
We went to
Roberto's.
Mexican place in Brentwood there. I forget the name, but it was pretty good.
What's the place, Dom?
Roberto's.
Yeah, that's the one.
If you ever go to Venice Beach, right,
Yeah.
my landlady, she has a restaurant there called The Anchor.
Okay.
They have the best lobster rolls in the world. You
Oh.
should definitely go try it out. It's like literally a block in from the beach.
Lobster's a little too rich for Dom's blood.
Yeah, Beav knows all about that because he's got crabs. Hey, is that bar a gay bar?
Okay, I guess you weren't joking about the antibiotics.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch
She's
it.
looking at me too now, Dom. She's looking look, checking me out up and down now.
He could just he could just look at you and give you the clap.
You're coming in and out, huh?
Yeah, your magic jack sucks, Dom. You
I know.
fucker.
This internet's horrible.
I know. Fucking get a real job. You should have stayed a diesel mechanic. You had a
I
real
know.
fucking
Hey, I got the
Wi-Fi, bro.
I got the highest Wi-Fi that Spectrum or Time Warner can offer, and this is what it sounds like.
Where are you right now? Because I saw the number.
Where you broadcasting from?
We're
Said Ohio. The number.
we're from right outside of Bergen Pack.
Oh, here in Jersey. In Edgewater. Is that what you're saying?
We're right in front of the place. We got a blanket set up, and we're broadcasting on top of the blanket and the sidewalk.
Are you that place up on what's that road by Munaki? Remember that little radio station?
Oh yeah.
You see in the back?
That's it.
Yeah, it looks like there's one person like there working.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I'm
I forget what it's called. What's that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's called
I'm 120.
MaximumThreshold.net.
I'm 120. There's that little radio station there.
Patterson Plank.
Yeah, I'm Patterson Plank, right next to the Go-Go bar. It's like not too far.
That's right.
It's the Go-Go bar.
Yeah.
Inside.
So there's there, I'm sure.
Yeah, you gotta go inside. That's where all the cool stuff's at. You can't. It's not all outside because it's all a front outside. You gotta go inside because that's where they got the poles at. God, are you new?
Yeah, I'm a little new to this kind of stuff.
No, not
for sure.
you.
She's from
B.
Macedonia.
Oh, Macedonia. Oh, so you're familiar with Alexander? Yeah. for the movie Alexander?
Yeah,
when he took over Macedonia and Persia.
Yes.
So you're a fan of Colin Farrell?
Of who?
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I actually do like Colin Farrell. I have a thing for Irish people.
He's not really Irish.
I listen to their bands and I like their actors.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have been Irish in a previous life.
Well, you may be Irish.
He hasn't really played anything good. He actually, I just saw that.
You may be Irish with all the takeovers.
Yeah, maybe. I saw that one movie, The Beguiled. He was just in it in the theaters.
Oh,
Did you see Shark Tango 5?
It was actually pretty interesting. What?
Did you see Shark Tango 5?
No, I don't know what that is.
No?
I can't keep up with this guy. I'm like literally like I'm like in a radio where you're like there's that little delay. That's usually me in this conversation. I have to think hard what he's saying.
Tom, you know Shark Tango 5?
Yeah, I just finished watching it last night. It took me like
sweet,
it took me a couple of weeks to watch it. Sharknado.
Is that a porno?
Sharknado,
yeah.
Yeah, Sharknado 4 was
like sharks in the ocean.
Yeah, Sharknado. Sharks in a tornado. Sharknado.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen that one.
Sharknado 4 was filmed over there in New York City.
Yep.
Gosh, everyone knows that.
I don't.
I know. Where you living at, Mandy?
Damn.
You keep telling me I've been in a cave.
You living in a fucking cave, are you?
I'm in a cave. Sorry.
This is common knowledge.
Yeah.
That's my friend's bar.
Cool.
Dino. All right, Dominici, where we got to go, man. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Meet you.
Nice to meet
Have
you
a
too.
Good show.
Thanks.
Thanks again, Dom, for the good time on Thursday, bro.
No problem.
Touch with yourself.
I already have. I am. Already am.
Regulars rocking, probably with their sister. I mean, we're listening to Maximum Threshold right here. Maximum Threshold radio show. You can now hear the Maximum Threshold radio show on Stitcher Radio. Stitcher allows you to listen to your favorite shows directly from your iPhone, Android phone, BlackBerry, and Palm Pre, on demand and on the go. Don't have Stitcher? Download it for free today at Stitcher.com. Once again, you can hear Maximum Threshold radio show on Stitcher.com.
You can text message the show right now at 440-252-0058. Once again, that's 440-252-0058. Text the show. If you want to follow Maximum Threshold Radio, you can do so. You can find us at MaximumThreshold.net, Facebook, Facebook.com/Maximum Threshold Radio, Twitter at Max Threshold. You can also get us on YouTube at YouTube.com/Maximum Threshold. Pretty damn simple, huh? Check us out. Follow us. Be part of us.
Maximum Threshold is modern-day porn music for the world. Tune in every Saturday night from 8 till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and feel all mushy inside. Because I do.
Holy war, I'm
Maximum Threshold, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man. How are you doing?
I'm playing some Malice.
It just sounds like the sorted music to me right now. So.
Oh, does it? Oh, sorry about that. I'm playing Metal Revolution.
Okay.
It's rocking out, man.
Yeah, it sounded like a Sheridan solo when you
was.
answered, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it was solo time. I was checking out, man. I finally got turned on to you guys, so it's pretty cool, man. And you got a new fan over here.
Cool.
So what else is going on, man?
Well, I just left the restaurant, like in perfect time to do the interview. So
nice. So for the people who aren't familiar with your band, you want to give them a little brief about you and your band and just the scoop of what's going on?
What was the question?
For people who aren't familiar with your band and yourself,
Yep.
you want to give them a little bio on yourself and the band?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're like a traditional power metal band. Been around for a couple years. We just got the one album out now, and then a single after that, and we're working on new music as well. Hopefully we'll have something out soon. But yeah, it's like traditional power metal. My big influences are like Manowar, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
So gone through a couple of different members, but basically it's been myself on bass and Sheridan Dolan on guitars the whole time. So
Nice. Where do you get your armor at?
my armor?
Yeah.
Usually we just wear leather pretty much.
Mhm.
But,
For since you say your music definitely has that influence sound of like Manowar. You guys ever don the loincloth?
Don of who?
A loincloth like Manowar.
Oh God! No, I've never worn a loincloth.
Oh.
No.
You need to rock one of that. Get the leather and the loincloth going, and throw a cape on in the back, and you'd be jamming.
We wear the leather, but yeah, I've never donned a loincloth.
Oh.
That would be a little bit awkward for me, man.
Well, you got
I
to.
don't think anyone wants to see that.
Well, you got to take your band to the next level. The loincloth will do it.
You think loincloths will do that?
Oh yeah. You know, Manowar, they have the signature loincloth, so you can probably get a good deal on them through them.
Well, yeah, they probably sell their old used ones, but I don't think I'd want them.
Well, you don't have to smell them. Oh God. So what made the band come together and to make this style of music?
Well, I've been I was super into like the traditional power metal band forever. I guess I started playing guitar when my younger brother got a guitar, and he told me to buy a bass so that we could start a band together.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically that's kind of how the band started with me and my little brother, and I kind of created the band name and started writing songs, and then my little brother got a girlfriend and lost interest in guitar, so he left, and then I got Sheridan, and then went and started recording.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, from there, I guess the rest is just kind of soon to be history.
Or
hopefully will be history someday, you know?
Now, do you play bass because you like the bass, or you play the bass because you can't find somebody else to play and you want to play guitar?
No, I don't want to, never really play guitar. It was like I said, my little brother got a guitar, and he told me, hey, buy a bass and let's start a band, type of thing. So it's always been the bass for me. Yeah, I would, if I could pick one thing to do in the band, I would want to be a singer, but I can't sing.
Yeah.
That's more the answer, because it's like I have more like the frontman type of personality,
Yeah.
where I like to be the center of attention type of thing, and I run around the stage, and I've always just kind of been crazy on stage. So I have that type of personality and persona, and it's a little awkward for people to have like the frontman of the band kind of being a bass player type of thing, like the band leader is the bassist. So.
Well, you could be like the Geddy Lee in the band.
Yeah, but I can't sing.
I know.
So,
well, you got to do it so at least you look good. And that's all that matters. Then you let the other stuff, the rest of the vibe go on the other guys. Throw it on them.
yeah.
So who did?
Yeah,
Oh, go on.
What?
Oh, go on.
No, I was just gonna say. So yeah, I'm like the primary like songwriter or whatever of the band, and like the decision maker and all that fun stuff falls on me too. So.
Talk about the other Malice band from the '80s. How much flack do you guys get from that band?
What did we do? What?
How much flack do you guys get about that other band from the '80s, Malice?
We get a lot, but you know, here's the thing: is like when I started Malice, my band, it was many years ago, before like the internet was what it is today, and basically you can look up anything that you want to look up. I started the Malice band, and we were trying to find a name, and the Malice kind of came to me pretty quickly. And then I did like a search online, and I found nothing else. I went to like the United States trademark registry, and there was no trademark registered. So I trademarked the Malice name, and then I kind of went from there. And then, you know, it's like once I came out with it and started promoting the band, then people started, hey, you know, there was this other band back in the 80s that was called Malice and all this stuff, and started giving me slack about it. And I'm like, well, you know, it's a little bit late now. I've got a lot of money invested in this name, and, you know, the ownership of the name already. So it's kind of, it's like it wouldn't have made sense for me to go and try and change the band name after I'd already basically established myself and spent thousands of dollars getting the ownership and rights to the name.
Yeah. Now, you ever check out any of the music from Malice, the other band?
No, I never really checked them out. I mean, we've gotten letters and stuff from them, and I just kind of, you know, brush it off. I'm like, you know, whatever, we own the trademark. But, you know, to be honest, there's quite a few bands in Malice that are currently active right now. The most annoying thing is there's like a European rapper or something named Malice, and somehow the on the Bands in Town Now app on Facebook or whatever, they always accidentally tag us in his shows. So it comes up like we're playing some European show with like all of these rappers, and I'm like, oh no, it's not us.
That's funny.
That's the most confusing part for where the band name comes into play is actually with that guy. Mm-hmm. But and what a lot of people, they give us flack about the '80s band name Malice, and upon further research, I found out there was a band in the '70s that came out of the UK that was also a heavy metal band named Malice, and I'm just like, okay, why doesn't nobody ever mention them guys?
Yeah, it's all. I think it's sort of like you probably could change the name, use the same name of the band if you're doing different genres, or like in movies, you can use the same name in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But that's I don't know. That's just my thought on that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of bands that doubled up on names throughout time, and it's not a big deal for me. I don't think anybody's going to actually when you hear our music that they're going to confuse us with the other band.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I've only ever had it at one show where a guy came up to us and thought that we were the band from the 80s, and he came up to us backstage before a show, and he was like, oh, could you sign this? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, bro, that's not us. I'm like, well, we gave him a bunch of free merchandise and everything, and I'm like, stick around and come talk to us after the show and tell us what you think. And then we played, and he was just like, "Oh, you guys made a new fan tonight." So, I think that, our music is going to stand and speak for itself, and stand apart from any other band that may have that name.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all that matters, man. Just making fans and keeping the banner going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really give a crap about anybody else using the name, to be honest with you. But anyway.
Yeah, I hear you. So, what else you guys got planned coming up this year?
This year, we only got one more show on the schedule, and that is Sword Metal Festival in Minneapolis, Twin Cities area. I think that's Sword Metal Fest 6. It's got like 20 bands are playing on it, and that should be a pretty good show. Other than that, I'm trying to book some more, like another U.S. tour.
Mm-hmm.
For next year, and then perhaps a European tour for summer of 2018 as well.
Nice.
So, yeah, we're trying to get some more shows in. But other than that, we just got the one show this year and then recording.
Mm-hmm. So I got my hands on the Triumph and Glory release.
Yep.
And it's pretty sweet, man. It's definitely
What's that?
It's pretty sweet. It's definitely, if you're into like you said, the Judas Priest, the Man of War vibe, man, you'll like this because it's right down that alley right there, and it's pretty good stuff, man. And we played I think 3 songs this show tonight already.
Well,
off.
thank you.
Yep, no problem.
I appreciate that, and I would like to think that our new stuff is going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe we've kind of progressed as musicians and songwriters, and Sheridan has had more input in the songwriting as well on the music side. I still pretty much do all of the I do all of the lyrics,
mm-hmm.
but now it's kind of like become a 50-50 thing musically with me and Sheridan as now, because it's more of a partnership, I guess.
How did you get Reese record on the record with you guys?
David Reese?
Yeah.
That was, we had our singer, Rob, who recorded the album with us, and then we were going to go on tour, and like right before the tour, he was like, "I'm not in the band." He basically made a Facebook post saying that he's not in the band, which, now as an afterthought, we're glad to not be associated with that guy anymore, because I don't even want to get into that guy. But we were in a bind because we had all of these shows booked and we're going to go on tour. And so I started looking for other musicians that were in Minnesota, and I happened to be Facebook friends with David Reese, and I sent him a message because I knew he was doing like vocal lessons for different local singers, and I said, "Hey, do you know you have any students that would be good enough for us?" And he kind of was like, "Not really." And so I was like, "Hey, would you be interested? and could you pull this off?" And I sent him the stuff, and he's like, said that he could do it. And then so he went on tour with us, and he was actually in the band with us for a couple of years there.
Oh,
and
cool.
then he recorded Fight with us, and we were going to record some more stuff, but then he kind of moved away and told me that he was kind of wanting to get out of music. So that's kind of where our relationship ended musically with him. I mean, we're still on like good terms or whatever. I mean, we ended on good terms with him, but it was just he was moving away and kind of wanted to get out of music. So
his I still hear his name pop up a lot, like for doing interviews and things like that. So it's kind of weird.
He kind of got out of it for a little while, and then he joined another band again, and then I think he left that band again or something. Like I'm not 100% sure now. I don't think he's doing it again. I don't know what's going on with him, to be honest. So you
think he just wanted to get out of your band?
No, I don't think that. It was like because he moved to Montana.
Oh,
I mean, he
that's a
was
big
living
move,
in
yeah.
Minneapolis, and then he moved away and moved to Montana, and then he was doing something with a band out of Germany, and then for a little while, like a year or two after he left us, he started with that project, and then they ended up getting a different singer. So I don't know what happened with him there.
Mhm.
Why he's no longer in that band, and I don't know really what he's doing right now, if he's still doing music or not.
I gotcha. Well, maybe you can get him to come back and do do a reunion show or something.
Well, we had fun with him, so.
Yeah.
All right.
So what after this year? You talk about making some new material. Will the new material fall in line with the same last one, or is it going to be different sounding?
I think it's going to be in that same type of vein. I mean, we like I said, we got a lot of songs that are already recorded, and kind of waiting on getting them out or waiting to finish them. I mean, because it was supposed to be out a while ago, to be honest with you, but there's been a couple hang-ups on it. Because actually, we went on what we called the Slaying the Dragon tour in January, and we were playing songs off of what is going to be our new album, and one of them is in fact called Slaying the Dragon, which is pretty kick butt song.
Yeah.
So and then we got like Wheel Steel, which is kind of like that whole Manowar Riding Harley type of vibe, because it's like myself and Sheridan and our current singer Dave Whitmer, we all ride motorcycles, so we kind of from there we started our own motorcycle club, and we named the motorcycle club after the song Sons of Metal or Sons of Rock, and so then I wrote the song Wheels of Steel, which is basically kind of like the Sons of Rock version 2 type of thing, which is basically riding Harleys and kicking butt type of thing. And then so let's see what else we got. We got another song on there called Sword Metal, and there should be quite a few songs on there, but it should be in that same vein of being like battle metal type traditional stuff.
Sounds good. Let's see here. Just a couple more things here, and we'll let you get going. But how can people get a hold of your latest release and anything else you have, your merch or whatever you have?
Well, yeah, just if you want merchandise or any of that, you can contact us on Facebook at Malice Official. But I mean, if you're going to order merchandise straight from the website as well, which is maliceofficial.com, and there's a merchandise tab in store there. There's also like some other charity stuff that we do on the website as well, because we like to fight against human trafficking. I just want to kind of mention that, because the whole slavery thing is kind of being brought up again, as an issue, and we do fight against human trafficking and slavery. So we have since we started the band as well, where we donate a certain percentage of anything that we make goes to fight human trafficking.
Gotcha.
So, Malice Official for pretty much everything. It's maliceofficial.com, Facebook, Malice Official, Reverb Nation, Malice Official. Instagram and Twitter I don't really think we have a band one for that. I just have my personal one for the Instagram and Twitter, which is the Metal Warrior, and I post all the Malice stuff on there off of my personal accounts. But yeah, I mean, if you hit us up on Facebook, that's probably the best way to actually talk to us. We always respond, and we're not usually dicks to anyone.
Gotcha.
So no, if you hit us up on Facebook or you got some kind of a special merchandise request that you want, we can make that happen too. Because we also have a lot of different merchandise that we don't have for sale on the website that we don't really post about. So, but we can get pretty much anything made for anyone. So, I mean, we do a lot of different things, from like hot sauce to I don't know, anything you want. We've sold wine, we've sold hot sauce, we've sold bikinis and swimsuits and anything that people want that has the Malice name on it. We'll do it.
I hear you. Let's see. Can you do us a quick favor?
Yeah.
Can you do a promo ID for a radio show? Just say your name, the band you're with. You listen to Maximum Threshold and throw some crazy out at the end of it, and don't put no thought into it.
Crazy what at the end of it?
Say something crazy at the end of it, and don't put no thought into it.
Okay, I don't know. All right. Maximum Threshold?
Yeah.
All right. This is the Metal Warrior Rayman James of Malice. You are listening to Maximum Threshold Radio.
I'd buy that. That's a good one.
I don't know what crazy is, man.
Oh, you want? I might have some on my board here. Let's see. Give you an example. Let's see. No, I don't have anything good up here right now.
Don't be a vegan. I don't know. I don't know. I just left the steakhouse, man. I got like 3 pounds of prime ribbon meat right now.
Oh, here's one. Here's something crazy. Listen to this one. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let me turn this up.
It's Nico McBrain here. Don't touch the dial, because you've got to do it in style. You have to keep the smile while you're watching Maximum Threshold magazine telly.
That was sort of based. That was Nico McBrain.
Oh, okay.
I had like my Ace Frehley and stuff on here, but I took them all off the board here, so I don't have any good ones.
Man.
Yeah, but I thank you, man, for taking time out and, especially on short notice and popping on here and just spreading the word out there, man.
Benjamin, he texted me while I was on my way to Outback. He's like, dude, can you do this interview at 9 o'clock? And I'm like, oh, shit, man. I'm like, that's about the exact time I'm going to be leaving the restaurant, and it was the exact. I called you as I was like walking out the door, getting into my car. So.
Okay, man. Hey, well, I thank you for taking time out and being on here. I'll definitely get you back on here, and especially when you get some new material to shoot over here, so we can really help pimp that out.
It was cool. You didn't ask me all the same generic questions that I get asked all the time. I mean, I get kind of sick of doing those interviews that are like those basic same generic stuff. I mean, I like talking about crazy stuff too. So
sounds good, man. Yeah, definitely. We'll get you back on here, and we'll get some different topics and
anytime, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about what's going on in music scene over in your neck of the woods and all that.
Oh, absolutely. Where are you from?
Well,
I didn't recognize the area code or have time to look up anything about the show.
We're right outside of Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not too far from Minneapolis. So.
No. Okay, man.
All right.
Thank you again. I'm going to play that song with David Reese singing. Is that cool?
Right.
Yep.
Awesome, man.
Okay, like I said, tonight we already played Sons of Rock and the other metal song, and then we'll knock it out with this one.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem, man. Have yourself a good one.
You rock.
Okay, you too.
I see the world as the way it used to be.
Hey, and there you go, man. I want to thank Rayman definitely for being on the show tonight, and everybody else for tuning in and listening to us tonight here on Maximum Threshold Radio. It means a whole lot to us. So we're getting out of here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this week's edition of the Maximum Threshold Radio Show, episode 502, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Horns up, fist in air, baby. We'll see you guys, man. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said.
You have just listened to the Maximum Threshold Radio Show. Maximum Threshold Radio Show is live every Saturday night from 8 to 11 p.m. exclusively on MaximumThreshold.net. I'd like to thank all the affiliates, all our sponsors, and all our listeners for tuning in this week and listening to this week's edition of the Maximum Threshold Radio Show. Thanks for tuning in again. See you next week on the Maximum Threshold Radio Show.